people should die of disease, while there is an energy shortage, or anything to go with it. This is fantasy presented to you by people who are basically stealing from you. They are nothing but criminal frauds. We have all the energy we need. We have all the cures we need. What we need is high-level spiritual consciousness. And this, of course, is available now through some unique and what appears to be relatively simplistic technology called radionics. And the Radionic Temple is going to bring you all this. But this pairing simple technology is far from simple. The simple designs, which have been incorporated many little things that you will never ever notice or understand, makes people who make this technology and offer it to the public, makes it very special and very unique. And of course, there are levels of this, from the professional models that tend to cost a lot to basic units that are affordable to everybody. It's all there, it's all available, and you can have it now. And start empowering your life, start learning, start taking the courses, getting involved in the process so that you can change your life. Again, nothing is flip of the switch, snap your fingers, genie lamp, stupid technology that frauds will tell you that how their products work. Well, I'm afraid it doesn't work like that. I'm afraid, though, that if you don't think that technology that you work with to manifest anything in your life, to save your life, possibly, to generate everything, if you think that somehow that is not special and profound, then you are also delusional. But we have to be very careful with people going out and making statements of how great their stuff is when basically they make their living off of selling you that stuff only. But, as I get older, teaching is what I do. I've really manifested everything I need in life and everything I want. It's just, where do you go for the intricacies of these things? And all of that is there. And if you want to have more potent technologies and have me spend my time doing that instead of manifesting for myself, well, the point is that you need to get out there and participate. So I think this has been said in many channels by many people in many areas for infamy, basically. But now's your chance. We're living in a whole new reality. If you're listening to this, you are one of the chosen few. Now, you can just use this as entertainment. You can basically use it for free and all the things that go with it. So, at the very least, you should, on the links down below, is that you should donate for this great information. We have a link to buy me a coffee. So for $5, you can say, hey, thanks for that, Dr. Thor. You've really helped my life out, and I want to participate. And everybody can participate. Everybody has a few bucks like that. And if we had thousands doing that, that would turn into significant money. The small mass, the large masses giving tiny bits of capital can change the world. And that's the power that they've kept from you. There are 8 billion people on this planet. If even 1% of these gave $1 a month, the entire world would massively change. And those people who are making changes, who are doing things, have done it with tiny populations of people. It's amazing what you can do. And most of these organizations are evil, fraudulent scum. Everybody says this, but are you doing anything to be part of change, part of solutions? Are you? Well, now's your chance. Get out there and start doing it. Get out there and start making sure that you are part of change, that you've done something in your life. And this doesn't mean spending every penny. This doesn't mean spending hours and hours doing practices. We have made everything to be very simple, easy to follow, and we have ranging in prices from the very inexpensive to professional models that cost more. Remember, all this money doesn't go to Rolls Royces and estates or horse colts or polo ponies. This money goes right back into research to empower things. That is what I do. That is my life. And ultimately, this benefits the masses more than it benefits me. But like everything in life, nothing happens for free. So make sure everybody participates, get involved with it. And of course, watch for these free podcasts on this channel to come up. This is, as I said, I have hundreds of talks that are on this particular channel for free. They're all fantastic and give you insights into just about everything in life. We talk about common issues of the day, and we're going to do that as well. What is all this stuff going on now? What about the economy? What about all this hubbub and garbage that is on YouTube talking about certain cults and so forth? Then it's turned into an actual business. This Scientology, these ex-Scientologists getting rich by being ex-Scientologists. How amusing is that? Well, they're basically just promoting Scientology, which in the end will come up victorious with all the people that, as soon as they get rid of their leader, you'll find that Scientology will explode again as people join them by the thousands. So right now they have a problem with a particular leader that they need to take out. This guy needs to be removed from the organization. So the whole idea is that these are the type of things that are happening. But we're going to talk about this in the economy. We're going to tell you ways to invest money, what to get into, etc. So when we run into these things consistently, we find good stuff on how you can do this. Well, we're going to let you know, and we're going to push you in that direction. We're also going to empower you directly with our new vast ritual services and empowerment services through Radionics and ancient technologies. We are going to bring all of this to you as well. So there's a great reorganization going on yet again. But of course, if you're a developing organization, new things, and new empowerments come to you all the time as you can comprehend them. But you can't take an infant and teach them advanced realities. As someone grows into what we could call intellectual age brackets, from infancy to childhood to teenage, etc., you basically, you could call as an age age enlightenment processes, new things come and it's endless. So all of this keeps changing, but we are kind of going into what I see as the last stage of the way things will be done. But I'm always open to everything as we put together yet a new and final system, which will be modular, which you will be able to constantly add anything new we can add right into this wonderful system that we will be able to provide for you. Quite exciting, and this will be available coming very soon as we develop all these different areas. So it's an exciting time for everybody. We are going through massive changes as a society with these bizarre pandemics, real or imagined, but the health of the general population is horrific. We have destroyed this earth, which is terribly polluted, so we're all going to die from earth pollution one way or another unless we know how to transform these toxic energies into health-building energies. We have all sorts of political and corruption problems which will never go away, but how do we deal with these things and form a strong group of basic people to react to these kind of problems? So we really need to work in these areas, and we do this by supporting each other as a loose but tight group of people who not only give minor support, but are there if the organization needs them to give their voice against those that could be or are going after the organization as well. Give your support, fight for something, get out there and do something that has value. If you're not doing that, well, then you're part of the problem. And of course, always buying products is nice, but it takes more than that. It's amazing how people are so hesitant that are alternative to give a little, even a little bit. Nobody wants to give anything. They think buying products is the high level of participating. It's not. So the whole idea is that it's not only about getting products and using these in your life, which is a tool you're using for the rest of your life, and everything we sell are lifetime products. They are actually undervalued by thousands of percent, actually. Everything that we offer should be increased by many hundreds, if not thousands of percent to bring them up to the tool value that they are. So we need to keep that in line with all of it. And you have to value out there what has value. And that's not a polo shirt by Ralph Lauren. It's not a fancy little car. It's about getting technologies that evolve your life and bring you to ascension. And of course, people who sell these kind of products don't make a lot of money, but people spend $200 for a polo shirt because it's Ralph Lauren. What a misguided way of looking at things. Paying movie stars millions, tens of millions of dollars, and sports players. What have they ever done for anybody? As much as I dislike politicians and doctors and others, well, these are the people that make effects on life, good or bad. Well, a sports player does what? It's ridiculous. So we need to move past all that. We need to understand all that. We need to start paying people and paying for products of great value and giving that money to people who are actually doing something of value. This is critically important if we're going to make any changes. And, it's not about changing the world. The world is the way it is. It's about changing yourself, ascending and helping those that have similar needs and the organizations that are assisting you in doing that. That's what's life all about. If you expect a better, wonderful world, well, you got to be kidding. We have all these organizations, all these corrupt charities like the Red Cross, all the garbage institutions that are called churches and so forth. These are things that have never done anything. And quite frankly, they've had thousands of years to do it, and they still aren't even close. So we certainly don't want to keep supporting losers. And, we are a society that generally supports failure. And then we wonder why we continue to have no results. We pay doctors and hospitals trillions of dollars. For what? For nothing. They fail. So we pay people that fail. We have militaries and so-called police departments that fail all the time because they're nothing but corruption. And we keep thinking that more money is going to solve the problem when it never really does. And we keep supporting them. Let's give more money to this group or that group to do what with? They didn't do it right before. Do you think they're going to do it right better with more money? No, they're going to put money in their pocket, which, of course, all these charities, militaries, and police institutions have always shown to take any kind of extra money they get and put it in their own corrupt pockets. That's the way life is. That's the way life's ever been. And I don't expect that to change. But you can change your life. You can be part of change. And that change means that you personally have huge benefits from all of what comes from a synergistic, well-balanced organization that can bring you the finest and best of everything, guide you, be there to help you step by step of the way. And this is not got a big price tag on it. These things are done at very low, prices, but it is priceless of what this does in your life. So stay tuned to this podcast. Lots of exciting stuff is coming here. If you want the really deep, dark, wonderful enlightenment of the gnosis, well, you're going to have to get this from places that are not censored. And that means things like Patreon and All Access, which are both mediums that you should be a subscriber of and a supporter of so that this organization can continue to go. As simple as that. This is a very small cost in the bigger picture, and these are things you should get out there and recommend to people. Are you getting your friends, buddies, etc.? This is how organizations grow. So anybody that has any value, they should be sent to this free podcast, but they should be encouraged to go out there and get the products that work for them and support this organization so that we can continue to do the very important work that we're doing and to bring out more powerful, better, and if we had larger amounts of people buying things, we could also keep our prices down as well. So that's all part of the bigger picture and part of your personal responsibility. We don't want a bunch of freeloader bums ascending into the next reality of life. Who wants them? Is that who you want in the next? Reality that you go to is the same scrum that is here? Well, that's kind of a that would be a very horrible place. And certainly, what's the point of ascending if you've got the same mentality, the same low level idiots that are here now in the next place? So, this is a challenge, and this is not for everybody. Ascension is not for everybody. You have to learn, you have to grow, and you have to build your ascension realities so that you can ascend out of here, or at least go up to a higher level that if you are forced to reincarnation again, you will have a much better shot of finally ascending out of here. Well, we teach all that as well, people. We teach all the amazing abilities that you need, the empowerments we have are all here. You just need to get out there and participate. And of course, learn from this. Start changing your thinking and start evolving as a person. All the information is there. You just have to give it credit and follow it, and stop following a whole bunch of uninformed, pseudo-intellectual fools that are hemmed in by some garbage religion, or they think they're so smart, like your physicists, your basically modern philosophical people that are kind of well-read, but the problem is they're stupid when it comes to how they synergistically put it all together. So being well-read and knowing a lot of information doesn't mean that you've come up to the right conclusion with that information. So it's all very interesting. It's fascinating. Everything else is here and available for you, but this doesn't last forever. Make sure you get going. Make sure you support now. Make sure you're part of the evolution of your personal ascension process. And of course, guess who's connected to all that? Well, this organization. So get on the team, get moving, and of course, stay tuned to these lectures. These are going to give you information you will get nowhere else. My particular state of gnosis, and I've reached gnosis, will give you insights you're not going to get from anybody else. You may not like them. You may even find them offensive at times. The bottom line, this is truth. And oftentimes, truth is not pretty. It's also not necessarily something you say, I don't know, I don't like that. Well, that generally means that's a concept that is right and that you lower self is fighting against it. So it's all there, all the techniques, all the new things that come out. And of course, I always search everything to find out, are there new techniques? Are there ways of doing things that can empower you? So if something is good, well, I generally grab onto it and tell you how to use that better. There's a lot of good techniques out there, but they're used pretty primitively and they're not empowering them through the proper amplification technologies and tools that you need. And remember, amplification is the key to everything. It's not just thinking good thoughts or generating good energies, or you got to amplify everything you do, because we're working against horrific blockages that you need to remove in your life, and you need tools and techniques to do this. But we're going to be doing this now much, much more, as we're going to be offering massive amounts of rituals so people can clear themselves out at inexpensive prices as we put together a massive bank of radionic and ritual situations so that we can handle people at a powerful level, yet easily. So that means we can do these things at very low cost. So hope you've enjoyed all this. As usual, people, note to the upper right, you will find our Patreon link. Also, you can go to the About page here, and you can find links to the website, and these should be down below as well as a simple little buy me a coffee to give a little thanks for this and other talks. You should be subscribing to this channel. You should like this channel. The usual stuff we hear over and over again on this, but it does make effects to try and get this to a larger audience. This entire channel, because of the evil people that have infiltrated every single business out there, have, of course, blocked this channel from getting very many views by not showing them. Ultimately, success is made by YouTube, who decides to promote you or not. You have thousands of videos, but good luck finding our videos and this channel in general. It's very, very low on everything that's there, while there are other people that talk about the biggest nonsense in the world that have these huge followings. But, I'm not sure I would be happy with huge followings, because that means the basic group of evil scumbuckets somehow find my stuff interesting. I'd prefer them not. This information gets to the people it should get to, and people that have value, that want to change their lives, and that's what it's all about. Who cares about the masses of self-destructive evil scum that are out there? But remember, real advanced technologies cannot be given out for free. So the evil, bad, and even competition steal everything that I do, which they do all the time. So you have to be part of a kind of inner circle. And if you're not part of All Access and shown that you make a little bit of commitment there, well, you're not going to get all the potent information you need, nor is it even legal for me to state so many things here in terms of the actual requirements of so many of these channels that don't want you to say anything that has any kind of real truth to it. You have to keep the company line or you're thrown out. So that's the way it goes, and those who want the really best of the best have to make sure you use those other services. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that, and we are available. You can contact us through email again, which is there in on this page. Just go up to the About page on the channel here, and you can find our actual email, and you can, of course, contact me, and I'm more than happy to take a wee bit of time with you and get you steered in the right direction. We still have our free service to do readings, your energy body readings. These are not psychic readings. I don't tell you about your finances, your love life, or anything else, but we check your energies. Do you have curses? How blocked are you? The all critical cross condition. How crossed are you in life, which is stopping you from moving ahead? We test you with that. We test your manifesting. We test parasite levels. So we test a whole bunch of stuff. This is a free service. You just need to go to our website, upload your picture, and we give you a general reading there and tell you if there's anything seriously wrong. And we also let you know the different products that you can use if the need be. So almost everybody is highly crossed, and this means you're blocked in life and things become difficult. And what level are you at? You should know that. Do you have some serious outside curse on you? This is not as common as I thought it would be. So people aren't cursed, meaning someone has deliberately gone after you. That's probably only about 20% of the people, if that much. But everybody is crossed to one degree or next. And we're finding that people are very highly crossed now after these last few years of negative energy. So you have to work on that. There are things you can do about that yourself. And of course, we have information on that, things that are free and things that are cost minimal and even more than that. So it depends on what level you're at and what you want to do, but it's good to know that. Well, and if you're crossed, it means your ability to manifest is decreased. And we see this happen. If you have high amounts of crossed energies or blockages in your life, well, of course, your manifesting is way low. So, and we have to look into all those things to find out what the true story is there. And we look into a few other things. You have past life problems. Is there some extraterrestrial implant in you? We check for all these things. And this is all part of our free service. And we highly encourage people to do that. And all of these are 100% true readings. We don't contrive everything. You should know, though, if you have that, of what your situation is. And by knowing that, then you're able to do something about it. And if you're highly crossed, well, you're never going to get anywhere in life. You're going to eventually you'll get poorer and sicker. So this is something you have to work on. And we are putting together a training of how to eliminate these things and lots of tools. And of course, life is about tools. So you got to have tools. You got to have that hammer to build that house you want to live in. Plain and simple. You can't build a house with your fist. So you have to have a hammer to hammer those nails in to build a structure to take care of your life. So that's all part of the situation. And we're trying to have tools that are at varied prices so everybody can be assisted in different ways. Of course, high-level empowerments or uncrossings do have a little bit of investment. I don't know if there's that much of investment when you look at the price of these things for a lifetime tool, and you should be uncrossing yourself forever. That's important. So these are all the things we covered. We also have a channel on that here, I should say a playlist, which talks about the readings and what all they mean as general information. I would check that out as well, as long as so many other things there, that are critically important to your life. And all of this is on this channel in particular for free. There are hundreds of more free items for free on All Access and information on Patreon and All Access you will not get other places. So it's all there for you. You have no excuse to be in any kind of bad situation right now. And of course, like everybody, we are fully understand what certain financial restrictions you have, but we try and work around that with everybody. And not everything costs a lot of money. A lot of things are very inexpensive, but you have to put value into it and use it. And what we're trying to do to get people going, because it's so difficult to do things on your own, is for us now to do a lot of work for you. So we've changed a lot of that. So we can facilitate handling a fair number of people, so that we can send energies directly to you to get you going and unblock you. But these are lifetime processes that you need to work on. So again, I mean, there's so much to cover here, and each one of these Radionic Temple podcasts will cover a particular different area, and we try and give as much practical information as possible. And we're going to be showing you a lot of things here as we talk in these podcasts. They're no longer going to be just audios. We're going to start showing you products, showing you how to use them as we talk about different things. This should make the podcast much more interesting to use. But generally, podcasts are just a verbal, they're just audio, but we're going to combine both, which again is part of our unique way of always doing something. We're going to combine all these things together so you have not only a verbal instructions, but you get kind of a fun and interesting visual treat with it. I mean, everything I've just showed you here is very unique, very difficult to locate anywhere. You're not going to see this stuff anywhere else. A lot of it is my personal invention and design and engineered. Other things are just kind of unique products. And where do you get them at? Well, where is all this stuff? So it's just fun seeing a lot of this stuff. Here's a very unique disc, an ohm disc, with a very interesting vibrational energy pattern on it. So, I mean, it goes on and on. Here's our clearing. We're going to show you all these things so that it's a lot more fun to listen to and watch these podcasts. So I hope you've enjoyed. Until next time.